let us read the problem first. So what is written? Suppose a perfectly competitive firm has the following cost structure. The information on MC or marginal cost is given here. So what is the information? What is the marginal cost for this perfectly competitive firm? Here MC equal to 8 plus q square minus 6q. So this is the marginal cost for this perfectly competitive firm. Now what is the question? Question is that how much output the firm will produce if the market price of the product is rupees 48. So here is our next information. So it is given that the price of the product, the price here means the market price of the product is rupees 48. When we have studied the theory of perfect competitive firm, there we have studied that profit maximizing condition for the perfectly competitive firm is the MR equal to MC. So marginal revenue must be equal to the marginal cost. Since it is given that the perfectly competitive firm, that means the firm is basically a price taker. Price taker means what is the price of the market? This price of the market, the firm has to sell at this price only. So the peculiar condition for perfectly competitive firm is that AP equal to MR. So the price of the market is nothing but the marginal revenue for the perfectly competitive firm, and here it is given the value is 48. So till now we do have this information, and what we need to find out? We need to find out how much output the firm will produce. How much output? Definitely the output that the firm wants to produce will be the profit maximizing output. So let us try to solve it from the perspective of the profit maximization. So let us look at the marginal cost function. So marginal cost function here, it is written 8 plus q square minus 6q. Now let us put the values of MC and MR. So value of MC is 8 plus q square. This value is basically, I am dragging it from here. So 8 plus q square minus 6q, that must be equal to the value, that is 48, correct? MR equal to 48, that must be equal to the MR, or here the MR is 48. Now we need to solve this equation for Q. So let us put all this information at one side, in the left hand side. So we can write here q square, so here it will be 6q. So here q square minus 6q, then plus 8. From right hand side, this 48, now we are putting it to the left hand side, so it will be minus 48, which will be equal to 0. Or we can write it as q square minus 6q plus, here we need to do this calculation, so it will not be plus, it is minus 40. Now look at this equation. This equation is nothing but a quadratic equation. So we need to solve this quadratic equation now. So here we can write or q square minus 6, so 40, we can write it as 10 into 4. So here we can write as 10 minus 4 q, then minus 40 equal to 0, or q square minus 10q plus 4q minus 40 equal to 0. Or we can write it as q. Let us take q common here. So it will be q minus 10. If we take 4 common here, we can write q minus 10. So we can write here like q minus 10 multiply, we can take this thing common, q minus 10 from these two terms, and I can write here q minus 10 into q plus 4, which will be equal to 0. Now here, if the multiplication of two terms is equal to 0, that means either of these two terms is equal to 0. So we can write here either q minus 10, the first term, that is equal to 0, or the q plus 4, that is equal to 0. Now let us solve for q minus 10 equal to 0. If it is so, then q will be equal to 10. So this q, value of the q will be equal to 10. If we solve the second term, then the value for q will be minus 4. Look at the values of the q. See, q equal to minus 4, that is not a solution. We cannot take it, although mathematically it is a solution, but here we cannot consider as a q because minus q, it doesn't make any sense, right? In this perspective, when we are trying to find out the output level or the production of a particular firm. So definitely q equal to minus 10 is not, it cannot be the solution for this problem. So here this q equal to 10, this will be the amount of output that the firm is going to produce. So the first question we have solved. We have solved the first question, and what is the answer for this? Answer for this is that q equal to 10. So here I will write q equal to 10. So this will be the output that the firm will produce if the product price is 48. In the next question, it was asked that what will be the total revenue of the firm if it follows the profit maximization. Remember, this profit maximization condition is the condition using what we have identified the q. So definitely if it is maximizing the profit, this q equal to 10, this q equal to 10 will be the output here. In this particular situation, this total revenue formula, we will definitely put this value of q that we have already identified. Let us write the formula for total revenue. That is nothing but P multiplied by Q, and here P is what? P is already given in the question itself, so it was 48. And what is the value of Q that we have identified? The value of Q is 10. So the total revenue in this particular situation will be 480. So now we have solved the second question as well. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section, or you can write your own problem also in the comment section. I will definitely try to solve it. Thank you.